going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. All right, guys, now today we're talking about another really dope Nike basketball signature sneaker from Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's the first one on this channel, and we're going to talk about why none of you guys bought it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nike Zoom Freak 1 by Giannis Antetokounmpo Soul Glow. All right, guys, now I believe this is actually the first Zoom Freak 1 that we've actually put on this channel and actually talked about. So let's talk a little bit about the sneaker first, and then we'll get into the actual shoe and the inspiration behind the colorway, and of course, why nobody bought it. So again, the Zoom Freak 1 is the first sneaker by Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks. If you guys have been following basketball at all, you know that Giannis is a phenom. He's broken out. They call him the Greek Freak, hence the name, the Freak 1. And he's making major moves in basketball right now. Everybody is really rooting for Giannis right now. He has an amazing future ahead of him. And honestly, I really like the design of his first sneaker. A lot of basketball players' first signature sneakers really don't look all that, to be honest with you. But I was really impressed by the way this sneaker looked. Again, I love the price point behind it. This sneaker retailed at $130. Not a bad price at all, considering how much other stuff is going for these days. And again, I really like the design of it. All right, now starting with the upper here, you guys notice that the entire upper of this sneaker is basically like this mesh material here. It's very breathable. It's pretty translucent here. You can see the hyper crimson accents of the sneaker on the toe box and on the quarter panels of the sneaker underneath that black meshing here. It's nice. Moving down from that, you have this really loud yellow color here that's going all around the midsole of the sneaker, around the toe box, and all the way around the heel as well. Now, on the lateral side of the sneaker here, you have this big black reverse swoosh that goes up through the midsole, up into the heel of the sneaker. Of course, that swoosh is outlined in that hyper crimson color. And on the medial side of the sneaker here, you also have another swoosh, much smaller, in yellow. Now, you guys know I love details, and you know Nike signature basketball sneakers usually have a lot of little Easter eggs and details, and the Zoom Freak 1 is no different. Let's take a look at them. Now, we're talking about the medial side of the sneaker here, and the first little detail you see here is it says Charles and Veronica here. Now, Charles and Veronica are the names of Giannis's parents. Charles unfortunately passed away in 2017. On the toe cap of the shoe here, you'll also notice it says Freak 1, the name of the sneaker. On the toe of the right shoe here, we'll start with this one. You see that big Soul Glow logo. That's the official logo for the fictitious hairspray brand from coming to America, Soul Glow. We'll talk about that in a minute. Moving down from there, though, the entire tongue you can see is this black patent leather with that hyper crimson swoosh at the bottom of the tongue. Moving around to the back of the shoe here, now right at the top of the heel, you'll also notice another black patent leather patch with the Soul Glow emblem stitched actually into the back of the sneaker. I really like that touch. I like how it's stitched in there. Moving to the outsole of the sneaker here, you get this really nice yellow and black pronounced outsole with this really dope design. Almost looks like a fingerprint going all the way down the outsole. A closer look at the outsole, you can actually see the phrase, "I am my father's legacy," which of course is something that Giannis goes by everywhere he goes and everything he does. Now, you'll actually notice right here on the heel on the sneaker, you'll also see the names of his four brothers: Francis, Thanasis, Costas, and Alex. Hopefully I pronounced those correctly. Standard black laces with the shoes, but you also get these really nice hyper crimson and yellow pairs of laces as well. So 2 extra sets of laces at $130 price point on the signature shoe. Not bad at all. We always talk about lace suggestions here. If it was me, I'm thinking I would go with the hyper crimson laces on these. I think that's a really nice touch to offset the inner lining of the sneaker and the back of the tongue. On the left shoe, basically the exact same design, except on the black patent leather tongue, you have the Antetokounmpo logo, Giannis's actual logo there, instead of the Soul Glow emblem. And last but not least, on the insole here, you have a black insole with the Soul Glow logo on the heel. Actually forgot to show you guys the box, so I apologize about that. This is the box here. So Giannis's signature box here comes with this A logo right here at the bottom on the lid. On the back of the box, it just has his name, again, Antetokounmpo. And on the side of the box here, it actually has his signature as well, which I thought was a really nice touch. Now, that's pretty much it when it comes to the shoe in and of itself. Now, let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the sneaker. If you guys were around during the 80s, you remember that Eddie Murphy was booming onto the scene. He came onto Saturday Night Live, made an amazing impact, had some of the most iconic characters. Some of you guys may have actually seen the return of some of his iconic characters like Velvet Jones, Gumby, and some of the other people on Saturday Night Live when he most recently hosted it. However, also in the 1980s, Eddie Murphy was taking over the box office, and he came out with some of the best movies that we consider cult classics to this day. Movies such as Trading Places, The Golden Child, and of course, Coming to America. Eddie Murphy stars as Prince Akeem. Akeem is a prince to a country in Africa, a fictitious country named Zamunda. Now his father, the king, who's played by James Earl Jones, arranges a marriage for him along with the queen, his mother. He doesn't want to have the marriage, and so instead he decides to go to America to find his bride. I really can't believe that I'm describing Coming to America because some of you guys really may not be familiar with the movie, but anyway. So basically Akeem goes to America along with his friend Semi, who's played by Arsenio Hall. He finds a beautiful woman that actually is the daughter of Mr. McDowell, who actually owns McDowell's Restaurants, of course, a play off of McDonald's. He falls madly in love with her, and ultimately they end up getting married. So pretty much in summary, the movie is about a prince that comes over to America to find his bride, a beautiful black woman that he ends up taking back to his country and makes her queen. Pretty much it's the black version of the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle story. Now in the movie, when Akeem actually meets Lisa McDowell, she already has a boyfriend, but Daryl was a bit of a jerk. He was a bit overbearing. However, he had a lot of money. His money came from his family's business. He was heir to the throne of a very famous hairspray brand, which was called Soul Glo. Now, in the movie, Soul Glo is everywhere. Soul Glo was on the biggest billboards. It's like the biggest hair sheen, Jerry curl, dripping hairspray brand in the world. It's a huge brand and it's everywhere. And they have this really infamous, really funny commercial with a really funny theme song that if you YouTube it, I'm sure you can find it no problem. Now, here's the thing. This actually isn't the first time that we've seen Giannis do something out of the movie Coming to America. As a matter of fact, on one of his first iterations of the Zoom Freak one, he actually made a colorway dedicated to the movie as a whole. And I believe that that sneaker actually had the Coming to America emblem on one of the tongues as well. So make no mistake about it, Giannis is a huge fan of the Coming to America movie, as am I. As a matter of fact, that's where the entire colorway of the sneaker came from. The Soul Glo emblem actually mimics the colors that you see on the sneaker here with the hyper crimson kind of pink color, the yellow and the black. So I thought that it was a really funny, really dope, really kind of fun colorway, an idea to make a sneaker off of. However, apparently you guys didn't think so, and the proof is on the Sneakers app. As I'm looking at the sizes available on the Sneakers app right now, every single size is still available in the sneaker that was initially available when the sneaker dropped. This sneaker is what they call a certified brick. Everybody kind of skipped over the sneaker except a few people like myself that were really big fans of the movie, like Giannis, and thought that it was a cool way to spend 130 bucks. But how come nobody bought the sneaker? First reason, I don't think anybody really bought the sneaker. It's $130. And even though it's a small amount of money on the grand scale in sneakers, it's too much money for people to spend on a sneaker that they honestly won't really wear that much. This sneaker is more of a novelty item than something that people are really gonna wear on their feet all the time. The Zoom Freak one also has different colorways that I think resonate with a lot more people than this black, pink, and yellow. And I think because of the color combination, a lot of people probably really won't rock it with as much as they would wear some of the other colorways that have already come out. The second reason why I don't think that many people really bought the sneaker is because of the Soul Glo and the Coming to America reference. Now again, I talked about this in the What the Jordan 4 video, that Nike and Jordan brand have really been trying to merge different demographics of people together. Now in this one, you have people who were huge fans of the movie Coming to America and today's sneakerheads. And those two demographics are worlds apart because most of the new sneakerheads that are really buying up all the sneakers today weren't even alive back in the 80s when this movie came out. And they may not have been exposed to Coming to America and become big fans of the movie like their parents probably were. So the Coming to America reference really didn't resonate with majority of the people that are buying sneakers up out here. In my humble opinion, this sneaker is more of a cautionary message to Nike than a big success for Giannis. I agree with the idea that everybody needs to be able to tell their own unique story about what they're into, their hobbies, things of that nature when it comes to their Nike basketball lines. However, I also agree that there needs to be some sort of a limitation as to what actually gets mass produced out there for the people, because at the end of the day, Nike cares about selling product. And when you have a lot of sneakers that end up falling flat like these, you really are going to have a hard time moving the product. So the stories have to be linked in a way that they resonate deeply with the athlete, but also will resonate in a different kind of a way with the audience receiving it as well. Again, over allocation of the sneaker. I think they made way too many pairs of this shoe. They should have made it half of the quantity that they ended up making, and I really think that they would have seen a lot better sell-through. Similar to what I said about the What the Jordan 4, if this sneaker had been very limited in quantities, 5,000, 10,000, maybe 15,000 pairs, and they had made a draw on the Sneakers app for them and not released them in many stores, oh, people would have eaten these up because these would have been a super special limited edition Soul Glo Giannis Zoom Freak one at that point. So honestly, I think it's all in how you package the products that you know are going to be harder to move. these weren't really packaged in a way that guaranteed that they were going to move, despite the fact that they didn't really resonate with the people buying up sneakers. When it comes to marketing sneakers to the kids that are really buying up the majority of the shoes these days, you got to make sure it's a sneaker that they feel like they can make some money on, or that it's something that they really can identify with. If they had presented this sneaker as something that they probably could have made some money on, they probably could have sold a lot more pairs of it. So be on the lookout for the Soul Glow Zoom Freak 1s at your local Nike outlet very, very soon, because I got a feeling that these are going to be on sale very, very soon. But enough of me talking about these. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the Soul Glow Zoom Freak 1s. Are these ones that you guys added to your collection, or did you pass on them? Let me know why. Let me know if you're also a fan of Coming to America as a whole. Have you seen the movie? Is it in your collection? Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Giannis Antetokounmpo Zoom Freak 1 Soul Glow. And until next time, I'm out.